taboo to talk about money, but it really shouldn't be. After all, that's why most of us work. Freelancers, small business owners and entrepreneurs understand the difficulties inherent in the process of setting rates for our work. Pricing a physical product or a service, such as a piece of software, is hard enough, but setting rates for services such as copywriting, coaching, social media work or IT, well, that can feel like an absolute minefield. Charge too much and you risk pricing yourself out of the market, and charge too little and you'll undersell yourself and end up feeling burnt out and resentful, especially in the current climate. I'm Marc Ford, coach, author and editor for Your Best Kept Business Secret, and throw us a like, love and a share for the 5 things you should keep in mind when you have that money conversation with that prospective client. So, who is the client? Now, you don't necessarily have to charge exactly the same for every type of client. In some contexts, it will make sense to do this, but in others, you'll assess the rate you quote partly based on who the client is. For example, you might charge very small businesses and non-profit clients a lower rate than you charge larger or more affluent companies. A word of caution though. Be wary about making quick assumptions about what a client can afford. You could be completely wrong, and if there's a way to inquire, it can be smart to ask what their budget is for the project. Not all prospective clients will put a number on the table without receiving a quote from you, but well, some will. If they quote a figure hugely under what you'd normally charge, you know it's probably not going to be a good fit. But if you establish you're in a similar ballpark, this puts you in a great position for negotiating. How long is it going to take? Now, you should have in mind a base rate of the minimum amount you want to earn per hour. If quoting an hourly rate, you should usually go in slightly above that base rate to begin with. So there's a little bit of wiggle room for that negotiation. For example, if the minimum you want to make is £30 an hour, you might start off by quoting 35 or even 40. If the client agrees, happy days. And if they come back with a counter offer, well, you've got room to maneuver. This system is more difficult when it comes to quoting on a per project basis. I've taken on projects for what felt like a reasonable rate at the beginning, but they ended up taking so long that my actual hourly rate was far below what I felt comfortable with. The more experience you get, the better you'll get at estimating how long certain tasks are likely to take you. You should also watch out for the project creep. If you set a fixed rate for the whole project, some clients will feel comfortable coming back and asking for changes and more add-ons ad infinitum. Mitigate this by getting an agreement in writing and making your policies clear and upfront. And don't be afraid to say no or charge more if the scope of the project starts to expand beyond what you originally agreed to. How much do you want the job? Now, sometimes there are benefits to taking a project that go beyond just the financial gain, though I don't recommend taking on projects where you'll be earning below your minimum acceptable hourly rate, and you should really never work for free. There are instances where you can consider other factors too. Will this particular project open up new avenues or adventures in work? Get your foot in the door with a hard-to-get client, earn you a prestigious testimonial, and enhance your portfolio in a significant way. But don't undersell yourself, but do consider benefits besides money when you're deciding how much to charge and how much you really want the job. How much do you need the job? Now, never advocate taking on absolutely any work that you can get your hands on. There's a recipe for burnout, frustration, and wishing you just stuck with some damn 9 till 5 stuff. But sometimes we fall on difficult times and need work quickly to pay our bills, especially right now. Again, you should never undersell yourself, but in a situation where you really need the job, you might consider a small discount or preferential rate to sweeten the deal and well, help win that contract. What are other people charging? Now, this question is always difficult to answer. One of the reasons it's hard to set freelance rates is because what other people charge varies so wildly. I recommend looking at it through a very contextual lens. If possible, find out what other people in your area and with approximately your level of experience are charging for similar work. Now, you don't have to undercut others, and winning jobs through simply being the cheapest available can backfire on you. People value what they pay for, after all. but it's a useful benchmarking strategy and will give you some figures to start working from. How do you price your work as a freelancer or small business owner? Do you know what? We would love you to share some more top tips with us, so tell us about your pricing hacks. And that's it for this particular podcast. If you want more practical advice for small businesses that not only really works, but helps you get the business that your hard work truly deserves, then head over to bestkept.businesssecret.co.uk, download our podcast, or even head over to our YouTube channel. Love, like, and share, and let's do this, right? Better together and all that. I'm Marc Ford, the original Best Kept Business Secret, and I'll see you on the other side.